welcome to day 29 of the Morning Yoga Challenge, and today's theme is Let It Go. So today we'll be running through a sequence called a moon salutation. So we've previously done in earlier sequences different variations of sun salutations, which create a lot of energy and a lot of heat in the body. This type of salutation creates a more soothing or relaxing sensation in the body for most people. So what I hope this will represent is that feeling that you have when you let go of that no longer serves you. So we will start in the middle of the mat, and you might like to have a couple of bricks or blocks and just place them at either end of the mat. And then when you're ready, come to the centre of the mat. You can either have your feet hip distance apart, or you can have the big toes detached with a little bit of a gap between the heels. And then inhale to reach the arms up, bringing the palms of the hands together, dropping the 3 fingers down with the little pinky, or the index finger pointing up. Maybe if that feels okay for the shoulders, otherwise you can have the arms out at shoulder height. And then really lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, we're just going to drop the arms over to the right. And then inhale to come back up. Exhale, drop it over to the other side. And then inhale to come back up. We'll do that one more time. So dropping over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And you can release the arms down by the side. Bring the feet out so they're about a leg distance apart. And then just pivot the heels in slightly so the toes are out 45 degrees. You can bring the hands to the hips or the waist to start. And then start to squat down, making sure that your knees are tracking in line with the toes. So maybe readjusting your stance if you need. Then just tuck the pelvis slightly to try and keep the back nice and straight. And then bring the arms out to a cactus, palms facing forwards. This is goddess pose. And just hold it here for 2 rounds of breath. Then you can bring the hands back to the waist, start to straighten the legs, and then pivot the back or the left toes so they're 45 degrees towards the right corner of the mat. And pivot the right toes, they're pointing towards the right short edge of the mat. Now start to rotate your hips back so they're facing the long edge of the mat. Maybe widen your stance a little bit if you like. You want to keep a little bit of a bend in that front leg, but it is mostly straight. And then bring the arms out so they're shoulder height. Rotate the palms so they're facing the long edge of the mat. And from here, start to hinge towards the right or over the right foot. And then drop the right hand down towards the shin. It might only be on the thigh, shin, or if you like, you can go towards the ankle. And that left arm is also up, so there should be, we're working towards having a nice straight line between the 2 arms. The gaze can be down at the foot, or it can be up towards the ceiling. And if you've got your book, you can always use that and just rest your fingers on that if you like. So this is Trikonasana, triangle pose. And from here, start to rotate your hips so they are parallel to the floor. You might want to just bring that back foot in slightly, or maybe bring it out so it's more of a triangle shape. You can bring your hands to your hips, just notice whether your hips are now level with the floor. Torso is parallel to the floor, there's still a slight bend in that front knee. You can stay here if you like, or you can drop the head down, maybe just reach the arms down. We can take that same position with the fingers, so the index finger's pointing up and the 3 fingers are pointing down, and you can just bring that down towards the floor, maybe using the book to support you or block, or just removing it and bringing it towards the floor. This is pyramid pose. Next we'll start to bend into that front knee and bring our hips down towards the ground. Bring the left leg so we're on the heel, toes pointing up. We will probably just, well for me anyway, we just need to realign the legs so the legs kind of in line with the right foot. The knee is tracking over the toes of the right foot as well. And you can either be on the ball of the foot or you can be on the sole of the foot. And then you also have the option to maybe just use your fingers to support you, or if your balance is feeling quite good, you can try and bring the hands to prayer. Then bring your hands down to the floor. Bring the feet in slightly. We'll be moving into a low squat position, so Malasana. You might want to just reposition the legs, bring them in slightly. You can take some movements to open up the hips, maybe just rocking the knees back and forth. You can be on the balls of the feet here, or the feet can come to flat. If you've got your bricks to hand, you can also just use that to sit on and support the bum as well. And then when you're happy with the legs, see if you can bring your forearms inside the legs and bring the palms together in prayer. This is Malasana. This is quite a strong hip opener, so if you're not quite there yet, then feel free to maybe sit a little bit higher or come down to sitting on the floor. So we'll be taking that sequence on the opposite side now. So start to bring the hands out towards the left corner of the mat. Extend that right leg out. You might need to readjust the legs slightly. Checking that the knees tracking in line with the toes. The toes of the straight leg are pointing up. And again, you might just use the fingertips to help you with your balance, or you might see if you can bring your palms to prayer in front of the chest. And then from here, we'll start to plant the right foot down, lifting the hips, walking the hands around to the left short edge of the mat. You may need to reposition the feet here, so maybe stepping the right foot out slightly, making sure that the toes of the foot is about 45 degrees. Again, you can use your book or your block to support the hands, and then just start to straighten the left leg, releasing the head down. So we're in a pyramid pose again. You can also put your hands onto the shin of the leg if you would like to come up for a higher pyramid. If you're using your block, you can move it maybe onto a different setting or have a couple of bricks there, and then start to open up the hips towards the long edge of the mat, so the right edge of the mat, and then start to bring the right arm up, palm facing out, come onto the fingertips of the left arm, maybe bringing the hands that's on the inside of the shin or the thigh. Readjusting the legs if you need to. So we're on We're in triangle pose on the opposite side. Gaze can be up or it can be down. And then start to push into the legs and make your way up to a standing position. We'll bring the back leg in slightly and the toes pointing forward. And then from here, just pivot the heels in so the toes are back out at our 45 degrees angle. The hands can come to the waist and we can just squat back down into goddess pose, bringing the arms out, cactus, palms facing forwards. And then start to heel, toe the feet in, bring the arms down by the side for a moment. Coming back to hip distance apart or big toes to touch. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Pinky finger, index finger pointing at, the three little fingers are down. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. And again on the exhale, we'll drop over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Do that one more time. Exhale to the right. Inhale center. Exhale to the left. Inhale center. And then exhale to release the arms down. And that is the end of our moon sequence. So I hope to see you back for tomorrow, day 30. It's the last day of our 30-day yoga challenge, so I hope to see you there. And the theme for tomorrow is confidence. See you then. Have a good day. Namaste.